Hello, this is Gabriel the Buddha, Aaron Clay, once again, and this is the Buddha Hour. Once again, the disclaimer: one, this is based all upon opinions. These are opinions that come out of my dome. So, if you don't like them, search bar right there, and go find something else. Two, I'm not a professional, don't have a PhD, don't have a master's. So don't take anything I say, seriously. As I'm not Dr. Phil, I'm not Oprah or anything like that. Just a person with a YouTube account and an opinion. Um, third, um, once again, I'm an amateur, so I'm just now getting used to this. All right. Now, and my advertisement for this video is go to Facebook and check out a band called Beneath the Tide. Great band. Uh, Come straight from Murfreesboro, North Carolina. Go on Facebook, go on MySpace, check them out. Once again, that is Beneath the Tide. All right. My previous video was part one to a segment I'm just testing out called Battle of the Sexes, and the first segment was about men. So naturally, this segment is about women. Now, I don't want to get crucified for this, but the same way I hate double standards for men, that if a man sleeps with a whole bunch of women, he's awesome. But if a woman sleeps with a whole bunch of men, you know, she's a slut or she's a whore. Well, there's a double standard for women. That's right, ladies. There's a double standard for you too. And that standard is women can talk as much trash as they want about men, and when they do that, they're strong women. But when a man talks trash about women, we're bastards. We're being sexist. So you know, this is where I'm gonna start off. Actually, that's my jump off point. Women downgrading men. All right, women, ladies. First of all, um, one, you got to stop putting down men. All right, men don't like that. Or you can't constantly put down men, talking about men are dogs, men are trash, men are this, men are that, then expect to get a man. All right, you bottom line is you're being sexist. All right, and nobody likes a sexist. I mean, you're not going to get a man if you're constantly talking about how much men are dogs and how all men are trash. It doesn't work that way, ladies. All right, now ladies, if you constantly, just go ahead and take that phrase out your mind right now. All right, because all men are not dogs. Okay, because I have a strict definition of a man. Okay, just because you have a penis doesn't make you a man. All right, because there's a difference between men and boys. All right, and here's the difference: men know how to treat a lady. They know how to treat a lady with respect, with dignity. They'll protect their lady. They're, they're gentlemen. The, they're chivalrous. They'll hold the door open, all that other good jazz. All right. Now that's a man. All right. If a man's doing all that, he's not a dog. He's not trash because he's trying to respect you. All right. What women, which y'all think are dogs, are boys. All right. And here's the definition of a boy. A boy is somebody who's shallow, who's vain, who's always, just trying to go around looking for the next booty call. All right, doesn't know how to respect women. All right, so that's a boy. All right, so go ahead and get that out your mind that all men are dogs, because all men aren't dogs. All boys are dogs. All right. Second, you can't say all men are dogs when a good one comes along. All right, because you have some who will be patient with you. You know that that'll they'll treat you right. All right, but you have to recognize when you have a good one in front of you. All right, because men and boys are like cars, and what I mean by that is you know, you can hear a loud truck going down the highway. All right, but that doesn't necessarily, just because it's loud doesn't mean it's good. And a lot of boys are loud. They're loud, they're boisterous, they're obnoxious. Talking about how much they can do this and how much they can do that and da 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 da. But men, good men, they're quiet. They don't brag, they don't boast, they're very meek and humble. All right. So when you find a good man, all right, keep him. Not necessarily when you find a good man, just if you meet a good guy, exchange numbers. Be like, hey, my name is such and such. You want to go out sometime? All right. Stop looking for the boys. All right. Second, a lot of women, all right, ladies, a lot of women like to say men are dogs because we're only looking for sex. All right. Now, like my last video, I mentioned that men shouldn't, just because they have a penis doesn't mean they always have to use it. All right? But women, if you keep putting it out there, they're going to keep taking it. And when they keep taking it, and just when that quick booty call, like all boys do, when they leave you, don't be surprised, don't be hurt, because I'm warning you now. All right? So if you're always complaining that all men, all boys, all men think about sex, keep your legs closed, like straight up, for real. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Keep your legs closed. All right? Because if you're putting it out there, men are simple-minded. Personally, I know I'm simple-minded. It's real straightforward. If it's there, I'm going to get it. All right? So women, if you don't put it out there, men are going to get it. All right? They're not going to hesitate. So you can't constantly be like, oh, all men are dogs. All they're looking for is sex. Da 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 da. When you can't keep your legs closed, or you're the first one at party, freaking dry humping the crease out of some dude's jeans. All right, it doesn't work out like that. Two, you can't say all men are dogs and that you can't find a man if your life is not in check. All right, because if you want to, a good man generally looks for somebody, who has their stuff in order, who's sensible, and all that good jazz. All right, but if you don't have your life in check, and if you're boisterous, if you're loud, if you're straight up acting like Bon Qui Qui on the corner of Crenshaw, you're not going to find a good man. Plain and simple. All right, because that's not what a good man is looking for. That's what boys are looking for. All right. And like I said before, you don't hate men, you hate boys. So, you got to figure out what about you is attracting the boys. All right, and figure out what it is. All right, figure out. Okay, you know what? I'm looking at myself, looking at myself in the mirror, and this is what is attracting boys. All right, I need to change this. All right, so if all you're doing is attracting boys because of you, it's not the men. All right, it's not the men that you have a problem with. It's not the men that are dogs. It's you that you have a problem with. All right, I know a lot of you are not going to agree with you. Oh, nothing's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. Da 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 da. But you know what? If you keep stepping in crap, it's not because people are crapping everywhere. You might just be walking in a sewer. All right. Now, granted, that's a horrible analogy, and I just came up with it off the top of my head, as you can tell from the pauses. But I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. All right. Just because you keep finding the boys doesn't mean there's a problem with everybody around you. It could just be you. Or it's just because you're stepping in crap doesn't mean people are rude, taking deuces all over the sidewalk. It could just be because you're traveling in a sewer and keep stepping on crap your own self. Alright? So, I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm not trying to downgrade women in no means. Alright? Because, I grew up in a house full of women. I grew up respecting women. I grew up never to lay my hands on a woman. Because as crude and rude as this sounds, my daddy taught it to me like this: only pussies hit real pussies. All right. For all the men out there watching, take a second to let that process. Only pussies hit real pussies. All right. So, I'm not downgrading women by any means, alright? I have mad respect for women. Personally, I couldn't give birth to a child, but, women, y'all do it. I have respect for y'all. But, for the women, who are out there, talking about all men are dogs, all men are bastards, just pretty much downgrade men. Just take what I said and consider it. If you don't like it, oh well. If you do like it, you know, thank you. So that was my final part to what I like to call, which is probably a horrible title, but Battle of the Sexes, women. So if you have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, you know, feel free to leave a comment. If you like it, feel free to like this video. If you dislike it, feel free to dislike it too. But I do want to discourage sexism, racism, and just downright stupid comments on my videos. I hate seeing videos that aren't mine that have comments like those. So yeah, just I constantly stress. I've been stressing respect in these past few videos. So respect each other. Respect each other as people. All right. So this is the Buddha, and the Buddha is out.